Hey folks, you're back with me again on the Terence Lewis channel, and today's webisode is going to be an interesting one. Today we're going to talk about 5 greatest actors of our time, but who unfortunately never made it in the world of dance. Well, I want to add a disclaimer. I'm making it very clear that they were brilliant actors and they won several awards for their acting, but unfortunately they never scored high marks on dancing. The first actor who I'm going to name is actually also the first superhero, the legendary Rajesh Khanna. Rajesh Khanna, as we all know, had 2 left feet. He used to always roll his hands the other way around, this way, and then he used to throw his head away, and that was his famous step, and he kept doing this. And he had an amazing smile to go along with it. So I think, उसके लिए 7 खून माफ बोलते हैं ना? So I think because of his smile, his charisma, and of course he was the first superhero, the first heartthrob of the nation, which really made all the girls swoon whenever he came on screen. Pushpa, I hate dancing, Ray. I hate dancing, Ray. I hate dancing, Ray. The next actor I'm going to name is actually very controversial simply because he was a choreographer's nightmare. You guessed it right, it is Shammi Kapoor! Now, why was Shammi Kapoor a choreographer's nightmare? Simply because he never followed the choreographer's steps of choreography. He always improvised. So this was his very famous shaking of the head, and sometimes the shoulders, and sometimes going to the camera, and sometimes going away from the camera and moving his head. The next actor, who is one of the most nicest human beings that I know, but really fails in the dancing department and is made fun of all the time, is my very special Sunny Deol. Now, Sunny Deol had this peculiar knack of dancing, and it almost felt that he's going to break something as he is dancing. And remember the step in Yara Oh Yara? So that movie and that song and that step, if you look at that footage, you will realize what I'm talking. And his famous step was... And as he did it, you can actually feel that he is, killing all the living beings underneath him. And the hands just kind of really pound like as if he's going to give one sock to the person next to him. The next actor on my list is a very, very popular and the jhagas actor, none other than Mr. Anil Kapoor. Brilliant actor, but when it came to the world of dance, well, he was limited. And one of his popular steps, which became really popular, especially after he did it, was a jhagas step from Ram Lakhan. Everybody followed it and loved it because he put so much of energy into it when it could have been done a little bit more gently. Another legendary, great actor of our times, Dev Anand Saab. Dev Anand Saab, the peculiarity of his dance was that he could never stand still. Have any of you caught Dev Anand sir standing still while he is dancing? Because he's always moving around and he's always doing things, and he's always very loose with his body. So it was always very difficult to kind of get him in a frame where he's standing absolutely still and doing the choreography. And he had this very easygoing style where his body and arm used to do anything that they wanted, and that became his style. And he kept moving his head a lot. So these were your top 5 actors who probably got various film awards, various national awards. Back in those days, those superstars had only one thing in mind, and that was acting. They had to be actors first, and if they could or could not dance, it didn't matter. So folks, if you've liked what you've just seen, just click a like, share or subscribe. And better still, you can now download the Fame app for free.